Hello everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to a pickups video. Yeah, got some cool stuff today that I would like to show and share with you guys. The poll thing is over and you guys do seem to want to see like a video-ish a week talking about maybe a particular game that we got in. So definitely start to do that too, so look out for that in the next few days. As I get around to actually being able to do it. It's been a busy couple of days. We bought a new couch that's coming tomorrow. I got my new desk, as you can see. I've got all that set up and stuff, so that's pretty sweet. I've got lots of space now to go through stuff, even repair stuff and start doing that. So I'm pretty excited to start doing that. Basic repairs I can do, so such as like battery replacements for Pokemon games. Which does include the soldering ones, the ones that require solder and the ones that don't. The ones that don't are way easier, obviously, but the solder ones I've done in the past and know how to do it. Now I have space to do it. So those can be done. Xbox 360 disc tray not opening, that is a pretty common problem in the arcades. I can actually fix that now, which is pretty cool. And starting to kind of go through other stuff. Other old stuff that I've done for a while, like I've, every time I get in an NES and I usually get the pins either replaced or, doing the whole boiling method to get them up to snuff again. So that kind of stuff, obviously, I guess I should go through a full thing. Plus, hopefully, once our 3D printer decides to behave again, we'll be able to 3D print battery covers, as you probably saw in the post that I put up there a few days ago. So that isn't just, Game Boy. Lots of other things that I listed and things that aren't listed. So definitely ask. You never know. I might be able to do it for you or even get some sort of mock thing going, even if it's just like a plate, just to like tape in there so the batteries don't go to... Because when you just tape over batteries, it can still work, but the batteries will still pop out really easily. But if you can get yourself like a rough plate to then tape, that it helps a little bit. But actual battery casings for Game Boy Color, Game Boy Original, the Advance SP, we can 3D print Atari Lynx only Model 2. Model 1 I can't find one reliable that's online, so I need one to scan. If anybody has a Lynx Model 1 kicking around that actually has it, that I could borrow the battery thing so I can scan it to then have a print for it, that would be fantastic. But Game Gear is one as well. Rob the Robot, somebody asked for that. I found one, so yes, that is doable. If your Rob is missing the plate, we can 3D print it. Keep in mind, these are 3D printed. We will try to sand them down and stuff, but they're not going to look perfect. They are strictly for, if you're going to use your Game Boy or whatever, right? If you're looking for like a replacement one, kind of like you can order from China that's the correct color and look and stuff for your collection, probably not where you want to get your battery cover from. But if you're looking for functionality and not looks, definitely an easy way to do it and very cheap too. Like Game Boy Color ones should be about $2. Game Boy Originals would be $2.50. Advance SP would be $2. The Rob the Robot ones might be $1.50, maybe $2. Yeah, it's super cheap, like insanely cheap. I don't think, off the top of my head, there would be none that would cost more than $4 or $5 off the top of my head. That could change. If there's one that's just ginormous, then that's different. Xbox One controllers as well, we can print those. So if you need one for your Xbox, and they would literally be $2.50. To print one off, done and gone. And if you want to buy bulk, like say, you're on a store or you're on a frequent collector and you frequently get Game Boys with no freaking backs on them like I do, we could bulk print you like 10 for, $1.50 each or something for Game Boy Color, right? Something like that. So just, if you're interested, that's something to keep in mind. Again, once I get the printer fixed, it's having some issues right now. We're trying to do a bigger print for my wife has another business that is attached to one more level called Geektastic Arts that does 3D printing and stuff like that and services. She's trying to print a couple dice towers and they're quite large, and the printer's been having some weird issues. So if you're local to Penticton and you know how to fix 3D printers or at least diagnose problems, let me know. I'd be happy to have you come and take a look at it and try and diagnose the issue, because we've tried many things. But anyway, on to the pickups. Couple things are behind me, and then most of it's down below there, so the usual pickup, and here you go. But the couple things are behind me. First thing I want to show you is this. This is a Nintendo sign. You can see it really terribly in the thing, I know. I don't think I can focus on it. Focus here. No. Oh, Jesus Christ. No. It's not what I wanted to do. Okay, I won't focus. It's a Nintendo. I don't know. I'll take a better picture of it. But it's a light-up sign. It's pretty neat. It's pretty cool. So it hangs on a hanger. It doesn't have a stand. And then the wire goes down. It's USB plug-in, but you can either extend it if you find it too short, or of course you can always get a wall plug, USB to plug it into the wall if you want to plug it into a computer. I just have it plugged into the top of my computer and hung there. So I might move it up a little bit. It's a little lower than I thought. But still really cool. It's super neat. The light itself is actually really good. The quality is really good. I don't feel like I'm going to break it by looking at it, which is cool. So yeah, it's a positive. I just picked that up yesterday, but I'm going to turn the light off. There we go. There's just a little switch on the cord, actually, that does it. The other thing that's back here is this. It's an Xbox 360 guitar controller. One of the ones that doesn't require a dongle. You just sync it up to the Xbox just directly from the guitar, which is how they did this, and how they do the Wii ones, where the Wiimote just sits in there, is how they should have done every single one of them. The dongles are bullshit. I understand the PS2 era and stuff like that. You know, it was early wireless, I get it, but there is zero excuse for the PS3 to need a fucking dongle when the Xbox damn well didn't. Zero excuse for it. If you can get Bluetooth controllers to work, you can get a Bluetooth in a guitar to work too. Xbox is proving this. You can plug it in. So there is a plug-in at the bottom, but that's if you're using rechargeable battery packs for it. But it does take your normal AA's, of course. We did test it. It works. It's great. It's in immaculate shape too. So if that's something you're after, we now have just one. In stock. So if it's something you're after, definitely message quick, because I don't expect this puppy to sit around for very long. The guitars usually don't. So yeah, cool little addition. I'm gonna put it over here, not back on the thing, and hopefully it'll stay there. Okay. It doesn't have the strap, but you can make cheap straps. It's really simple. Another thing that's behind me, I guess, is this. It's so cool. I'm keeping this. I just wanted to show it off. But I got it today too. It is a sealed copy of the Holy Grail Collector's Edition. So it's a 2-disc Collector's Edition. Yeah, it's got a collectible film cell and stuff in it, and it's just, it's really cool. Holy Grail is great. Monty Python stuff is hilarious. So I saw that, and I'm like, hell yeah. We have another DVD copy that is the 2-disc special edition, but not the collector's edition. So if you want a copy of Monty Python and the Holy Grail, the copy that I used to have will be going up for sale. This one will not, but that one will. So if you want a copy of Monty Python and the Holy Grail with the extended cuts and stuff like that, shoot me a line. But this was super cool, so I was happy to pick that up. Now on to the actual pickups. We got 2 portables. We have My Sims for the DS and Thor for the 3DS. This one was interesting. I wasn't too sure about it because I had to replace the case and stuff for it. And there's no manual because the manual was that hard, crusty after it's been soaked and dried. So the case had water damage. But the game itself was fine. We tested it out, made sure it worked and stuff like that. There's no corrosion or anything. It doesn't look like the game was in the case when the water damage happened. So that's positive. Probably somebody spilled something on it. And that's what happened. So, but yeah, a copy of Thor for the 3DS if you're so inclined. I might play through it myself, hopefully before it sells. I haven't played through it, but I've heard it's a decent one for sure. Trying to figure out. I'll stack them behind me, I guess. So it's all PS2 today. All of it. It's all PS2, and total thing here. We got this lot actually through Value Village. So everybody goes to Value Village, they see cool stuff, they buy it. And that's what happened today. I just got lucky. I went in there looking for, actually, one of these without the dongle, because they do that all the time. They sell it without the dongle, There's a lady there that I know. I'm like, hey, this doesn't have the dongle. You need it for it to work. And then they're like, yeah, okay, take it for like $3. And I need it for actually a video that I plan on shooting. But I want one that, doesn't have the dongle, that shouldn't be sold, right, without the dongle and stuff, so that if I do wreck it, I don't really care, right? Sadly, there wasn't one there, but there was all of these PS2 games. They just got it, and I'm like, price that shit up, I'll take it all. So they did, and it was great. So yeah, there hasn't been much around lately. The COVID and all that stuff is really setting in. A lot of people are keeping their stuff. There's not a lot for sale, so pickups have been very slow, if even at all. Like, I got the DS, I got the bobbleheads in, which I had ordered a while ago, if you saw that previous post, and that's the only thing I've seen in, since now for about over a week. So stuff is slow, but this is some cool stuff. First off, Justice League Heroes. So if you're into that DC universe, this is a decent one to pick up for PS2. It's an interesting title. I have played a minimal amount of it, but it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not really the best, but it's not the worst. I've played worse superhero games, Superman 64, or Aquaman, I think. Yeah, Aquaman for the GameCube. Goddamn. A staple classic, San Andreas, gotta have it. I mean, there's not much else to say. It's San Andreas. So, yeah. Need a copy of San Andreas. There you go. If you have a PS2, actually, if you have any system that San Andreas is on, which is most of them, just like GTA 5 and Skyrim, you need to pick up a copy of GTA San Andreas. In my opinion, the best GTA that ever was released. 5 and 4 are good, don't get me wrong, but I'm not a fan of like the city-only setting. Like, I know 5 has Blaine County and stuff, but I just feel like San Andreas' world was way bigger. Like, there was more in it, and there was separate cities, right? You had like San Fran, and then you had LA and Sacramento or whatever. And then there was, small towns in between, and there was countryside, and there was highways, and just, there was so much more to drive around in. If you're one of those people that likes to play GTA just for the driving factor and stuff, and listen to the radio and going, and I mean, you're going to do the story, but if you just like that sometimes, taking a truck and just pretending to be a truck driver, because you don't want to buy the shitty truck sims that are out there, it's a good game for that. It's a great game for that. I really hope that one day they, like, remaster it, maybe, for newer consoles, or release, a sequel to it. That would be kind of nice. Maybe do a different metropolitan area, like, say, like Dallas, Fort Worth, down to Austin, and across to Houston, and do that, like, triangle. That would be a cool one to maybe do. I don't know. But that concept worked really well. Anyway, Kingdom Hearts. Chain of Memories. I wasn't sure which one I was holding. There's multiple in there. That's your hint. Chain of Memories was... I've never actually played. I never have actually... I played 1 and 2. I played the 1.5 HD remix on PS3. I haven't gotten into the true, 3 yet. And I've played stuff like the DS version and stuff like that, and whatever the one was on PSP I've played a little bit of. But I've never played Chain of Memories. This is my chance, obviously, and I probably will if it doesn't sell right away. Oh, my computer turned off. Play some Chain of Memories just to give it a try. But yeah, I've heard lots of good things about this one. It's one of those classic ones, so if it's up your alley, there you go. Alright, I had this one for Xbox for a while too. Legacy of Kain Defiance. It's more expensive on PS2, which is weird. That happens quite a bit. There's different versions of games that are more expensive on one console. Usually it's GameCube. Usually. If there's a version on all 3, which is rare enough, usually it's GameCube. That's the most expensive. Though PS2 does tend to take a couple by storm, especially when GameCube isn't involved. Xbox, not as much, though there is a few. But PS2 more so, and I think that's because PS2 sold better. But yeah, pretty decent, kill everything game. If you're into that. I think I have the manual, at least I did. Which would be a great combo. It's like iNinja. I sold my only copy of iNinja, and I had a strategy guide already, and then I found another one. I was like, wait, what? Why do I sell the only copy and then I got 2 strategy guides for the damn thing? Alright, here we go. Everybody, hold on to your panties. Don't know why I said the Harvest Moon. This one is A Wonderful Life, which only came in the special edition. Don't be fooled by special edition. It's not worth any more money than the regular, because this is the regular. I do believe it came with a memory card. I know Animal Crossing did for the GameCube, but I'm pretty sure the full version of this comes with a PS2 memory card as well, but don't hold me to it. This one does not, unfortunately, but yeah, it's still a good game to pick up. If you're into Harvest Moon and you need something to do, it's one of those games. This is one I've never heard of before, but it's weirdly valuable for some reason. It's called Dream Overdose. It looks cool as hell. Never played it, never even heard of it. And that's quite common for PS2. There is a lot of games on PS2, a lot of games. So you're going to run into titles like this once in a blue moon here, even when you work in selling video games or previously collecting, and now, you know, both. So it's rare to have that happen, but I've never heard of this game before. It looks like your kind of shooty bang bang fantasy fight game, which is great. Not really my thing. Not a fighting game fan of any kind. So, but I mean, the reviews and stuff online for it, the price online for it, I'm guessing it's pretty good. So if you need your fix, or you want to try something new, and you're into kind of like, it reminds me a lot of like Guilty Gear by the looks of the stuff that I found online. It looks a lot like kind of like Guilty Gear, maybe even a little bit .hack-ish, like that anime style. If you're into that kind of stuff, there you go. That might be one to give a try. This is one I'm definitely more familiar with. In fact, I'm going to bring up both copies here. Jak 3 and the Precursor Legacy. Hell yes. Jak is awesome. If you haven't played the Jak trilogy, play it. Definitely get a hold of it. It is an absolute classic, up there with like Crash Bandicoot, up there with Jak and Daxter. Well, these are Jak and Daxter. Up there with Ratchet and Clank is the words I was looking for, the names. It's up there with those guys. Like, it's so good. And it's a shame, because I don't think they've made a Jak game in forever. Like, it's something I'd like to see reborn too. If they're going to bring back Crash, they should also bring back Ratchet and Clank and Jak. Honestly. Even just say, screw it, we're going to release an HD collection with the PS2 Ratchet and Clanks, and then do an HD collection of all the Jak games, and just release that shit. People will go wild for it. Sony, I'm literally helping you print money, guys. Come on. PS5 launch titles, the Jak trilogy, HD remaster. Boom. Done. Bought the PS5 already. It's not even available for pre-order. Doesn't matter. I've still already bought it. I don't even care. Fantastic games for PS2. Amazing titles. We got another Harvest Moon. This one is the Hope, Save the Homeland, sorry. So a different Harvest Moon. This isn't the one that's as popular as the one I just showed you, the Wonderful Life. I'm not really sure why. I'm not... The only kind of games like these I've played, really, is Animal Crossing New Leaf. I've watched my wife play New Horizons, but I haven't played it myself. And Stardew Valley. Those are the only kind of games. I've never really picked up a Harvest Moon game. I got into Stardew Valley because of my wife. I probably never would have otherwise. So, yeah. But if you're into that kind of farming and stuff like that, Harvest Moon is always really good to pick up, whether it's A Wonderful Life or whether it's this one. They're both good. Like, they're both good games. And I was talking about it before there. Here's Guilty Gear. So it's Guilty Gear XX... Accent Core? Yes, Accent Core, not Plus. Just the regular and not the Plus. But yeah, if you're a Guilty Gear fan, you want your Guilty Gear fix, here you go. This is one of the cheaper titles, if I'm not wrong, for Guilty Gear. But yeah, Guilty Gear was pretty good on PS1 and stuff. It came over to the PS2. I'm not sure if there's anything on the PS3 or not. Probably is, and somebody's going to yell at me. But PS2 is definitely, a lot of people say, like, it's golden era and stuff. So this is definitely one to add to the collection if you don't have it yet. I'm not done. We're about halfway. XMen Legends. I have XMen Legends 2 for PS2. Now we have the original. Legends 2 is considered the harder to find, more expensive, better game, but XMen Legends 1 is still pretty decent. If you're looking for a good X-Men title or just superhero title in general, the Legends series isn't a bad one to look at. Neither is, if you want to play superheroes, may as well segue, Ultimate Alliance and Ultimate Alliance 2 for the PS2. They re-released this one for Xbox 360 and bundled it with Kung Fu Panda, which was really weird. But as far as I'm aware, they never did it to this one. So this one is a little harder to find than this one. But yeah, if you're into superhero games, Ultimate Alliance is quite good. So worth a try. Definitely worth a try. The cover art and stuff on them is just cool in general, honestly. If you like superheroes, just stare at that all day. This one's an interesting one, too, that comes usually with a gun, a light gun, Ninja Assault. I found that out by literally looking it up. There's a bundle with a light gun that is considerably more expensive. Like, I'm talking like $100 for this bundle if it's, like, complete. The game is quite expensive on its own. It's like 20 bucks on its own, but with the gun, it's considerably more. So that's interesting. I didn't even know the PS2 had a gun, so that's very interesting. It's like when I learned back in the day that Time Crisis came with that stupid orange gun. This was back when it like first came out, and I'm like, whoa, dude, there's a gun on PS3? Yeah, there's a gun on PS2 too, a Ninja Assault, so there you go. And here we go into some classic territory. Again, we'll just mash these two up. Kingdom Hearts and Kingdom Hearts 2. So, played both of these games. Super amazing storyline, let alone gameplay. Gameplay is really, really good, but the story is really what fetches you in these two titles. And what really lacked in 3, which is sad. Like, people were really expecting the moon for 3. And yeah, it was probably way overhyped, like most things out there are now. I think the only game that I can think of recently that's really lived up to its hype is probably Bloodstained, maybe. Animal Crossing, sure, but it's Animal Crossing. People knew what to expect there. But I would say Bloodstained is the last one that I saw people get really hyped up for that actually lived up to that hype. So yeah. Sorry, Kingdom Hearts fans. But trust me, my heart bleeds with you, because if reviews came in that it was just as amazing as these, I would have picked up a PS4 just to play it, honestly. So, but if you want to play the really, really good ones on PS2, both are available. Ugh, starting to go way down now. Mega Man X Collection! Hell yeah. If you like Mega Man, you like Mega Man X, here's the collection. I don't really know what else to tell you. Don't buy Mighty Number 9. Buy actual Mega Man games. I have a copy of that game for PS4. Maybe I should talk about that one briefly in the video. That would only be like 3 minutes of me yelling at it, though, really. Like, I've played the game, but there's nothing really that you can say about Mighty Number 9 other than that it's a pile of trash. Like, it sucked then, it sucks now, the promises weren't met, the Kickstarter was a farce. Like, Yooka-Laylee even ended up way better than that game. Like, Concept just fucked it up. So yeah, if you want, possibly play some good games. I'm not sure, 7 games, so it is, X through X6, so there's some good ones in there. The original X and stuff is pretty decent, so it gets a little weird up in like X5 and X6, and I think like, I don't remember which one it was that's like really bad, but I think it was higher than 6 though. Like 8, I don't know. I stopped after like Super Nintendo Mega Man, honestly. I saw Mega Man 64 and then died laughing at how terrible it looked, and I just haven't played a Mega Man game since, really. Mega Man was an old school like side scroller kind of game to me, and that's really where it ended. When they got into the 3D and like tried to make it basically into like an anime show like they did with Sonic, I just tuned it the frick out. I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm fine. I'll go back in blissful ignorance and play the Super Nintendo versions. Like, I'm good, thanks. But if you're into the X series, there you go. X Collection. It's not even expensive. Alright, I'm going to stop leaning down now. We're almost there. Final Fantasy XII. What should I say about this one? It's Final Fantasy XII. Everybody has about 25 copies of it, and I swear to God it's the herpes of the PS2. Genuinely. Tekken 4. So if you're a Tekken fan, this is a decent one. I've got Tekken 5, I think, too, and Tekken Tag Tournament. So Tekken 4, that's a good fighting game for those of you into that kind of stuff. And then finally, we have Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Rings, the first one. Return of the King, and Third Age. And I have a copy of Two Towers somewhere. So we have all of them now for PS2. Hooray, we did it, everybody. We have all of the Lord of the Rings games for PlayStation 2 now in the store. So if you want to relive that nostalgia, here you go. Here's all the PS2 Lord of the Rings games, minus one that's in the closet somewhere. But yeah, I don't know. They're decent. If you want to follow the movies, the game, they're not terrible. Third Age is alright. I've played some of that. I haven't played the first one, nor have I played Return of the King. I played a little bit of Two Towers. It's okay. Third Age was better than Two Towers. If you really want to play a good Lord of the Rings game, you want to get a hold of Battle for Middle-earth or Battle for Middle-earth 2 for any system. Like, those games are really good. Highly recommend those. Well, anyway, that is it. That's what we picked up today. So if you're interested in any of these, I'm going to go through them, make sure everything works fine and looks good on them, and then we'll post a picture of them all for sale, minus any that, aren't so good. So yeah, if you're interested in any of those, you can always message me too, and I can let you know, like, put that one on top of my pile to test it and stuff and get back to you right away. But otherwise, just wait for the pictures and stuff. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.